Hello, good afternoon. This is Mr. Contreras. I'm your child's math teacher, and this presentation is for my fifth period, which is Honors High School Accelerated Common Core Math 8 slash Algebra 1. That's a long title. And it's a long title basically letting you know that this course is Algebra 1. A full-fledged Algebra 1 course that they would normally take in high school. This is part of our School for Advanced Studies, and we are basically preparing them to move on to whatever they do next after Algebra 1 once they are ninth graders in high school. So they may go into Algebra 2 or they may go into geometry, whichever course their counselor decides. Eventually, they would take both, so it's one or the other that they would take after this course in high school. So essentially, they would be a year ahead. So this is a course that we're preparing them as if they were high school students already. And so I've been their teacher. This is my second year, and it's a pleasure having them in my class. So I'd just like to show you what we're doing. So because of COVID protocols and making sure that your child's safety is the most important thing and their health is the most important thing, we don't want them to miss anything, and we want to avoid the transmission of papers and exchange of papers and whatnot. Uh, Almost everything is exclusively still through Schoology, so I'd like to guide you through what the workflow is like for us. So every week I create a folder, and within the folder are the lessons for the week. So this is week 3, and these are the lessons we're covering. So equations with rational coefficients, number of solutions to an equation, and absolute value equation. So that's what we covered this week. Along with the folder, there's an agenda, which basically breaks down the topics when we cover them and what the assignments that go with them are, and any other important information. So that would be every week. So within the folder, I put the assignments and any other extra support materials, usually videos. But if there's other things, so there will always be videos. So if your child is stuck at home, I try to find the most useful aggregated videos for each topic. And basically, all they would need to do is go within that folder. Here are the videos. They basically select something, and there it would be, and they could watch it. Okay, and that's for every lesson. I did that as well last year. So if you're familiar, that's basically what we'll continue to do. Once we're done with the week, I'll put the agenda within that folder, and this folder will be moved to the auxiliary archive folders. And in the archive folders are all the previous weeks. So this is what we did the previous weeks, along with the agenda. And soon this folder will be in there, and I'll have a new folder for week 4 and a new agenda. Now, as far as notes, we take a lot of notes, as you probably can tell. And so the notes are being archived and stored digitally as well. So your child should be taking notes. And at the same time, if they're ever absent or they want to review and compare their notes to mine, maybe they missed something, that would always be available here. So here's our first unit, solving linear equations. That's what we've been doing. And so these are the notes for this unit. And basically contained within here are the notes that we've covered so far. So we kind of walk through the process, and there are notes for every lesson we are doing. And if they ever miss a day, I try to keep on top of the notes and have them within no later than that day, or at the very least the day after, having the notes available for your child. And I will be uploading those constantly. Okay? That's all to prepare them for the assignments. So the assignments are all on Schoology. We're doing assignments Here, for example, is an assignment on IXL, and IXL is kind of our workhorse along with Delta Math. Those are the two main applications we use. Um, so they would click on the assignment on IXL, and it would look something like this. This is more basic than what your child is doing, but it gets the idea. There's the question, and let's say we get it wrong. It does provide an explanation, goes over what they needed to know to get it correct, and it asks a different question. And if they answer correctly, it moves them on and improves their SMART score here. And usually we're looking for SMART scores between 80 and 90. 100 would be best, but between 80 and 90 is the goal. Okay, so they always want to improve their SMART score on that particular skill until it's reached between the 80-ish, 90-ish value. Okay, so that's IXL. The other workhorse we have is Delta Math. So let me show you what Delta Math looks like. So for your child, it would look like this, and these are the topics we're covering, absolute values. So here is a question asking them to solve this absolute value equation. And if they're ever stuck, if they're ever not sure, there is video support here as well. We pay the extra money so that we can have all these extra features on Delta Math for them. So all they have to do is click on the video, and there's basically an explanation, kind of a walkthrough, a few of the problems.
Absolute value equation value of negative 13 is equal to 13. So what if we have the equation, the absolute value of 3x plus 5 is equal to 13?
So it would basically walk them through how to solve or how to answer these particular questions so that they can go back and answer them. And so that's the other main workhorse that we use. The third, not as much, but it will be, especially once we start graphing and doing a lot of assignments that involve number lines and graphs on two-dimensional plane, will be Delta Math. I'm sorry, not Delta Math, will be Cami. And so Cami is like when you have actual paper, but it's digital, and they can annotate on this, so they can make shapes, they can draw lines, they can draw directly, they could change the opacity, the transparency of this, make it darker, the thickness of the lines or the drawing. They can also put in text boxes. They can erase, of course. They can add media from YouTube, from their own personal images or videos that they've created, which they'll be asked to do from time to time. They can enter in equations. It's a very versatile tool, and basically it allows us to work with it as if they had paper, but it's in a digital format. And it's a godsend, and I'm really happy that our schools paid the extra money to have this feature so that we can continue in the learning process, even though we're trying to avoid, the exchange of paper. So the other thing I wanted to mention is please make sure that you are checking their grades either through your personal portal on Schoology, or you can just ask your child. Let's go to your fifth period and ask them to click on grades. And it should look something like this. I kind of made up a fake student here so you could see what it would look like. And at the very bottom would be their current grade in the class, and it would break it down by the different levels and types of assignments they've been given and what their grade is on those. And you can always check and see how they're doing and basically make sure that everything's okay. And if there's ever an issue, please do not hesitate to call. Or I'm great with emails, um, and you can email me, or send a message to the school, and have them have leave your contact information, and I'd be glad to um, talk to you. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.